How to find a good man. How do you find a good guy when you feel like guys that aren't even worth your time are rejecting you? There's an important concept that I want to talk about today about attraction and compatibility and how to find a good man. That's what I'm going to be discussing with you next. How to find a good man. Okay, so I just got off the phone to a client who was talking to me in tears, and this was a story that I wanted to tell you because it demonstrates a fundamentally important concept about attraction and compatibility. You see, this particular client had been in a relationship for a long time, but that relationship had not been meeting her needs really on any level for a long time. She just got out of that relationship after many, many years of unhappiness, and she'd met a new guy. This was about 8 weeks ago, and they'd been dating for around 6 weeks. Things had been great. Finally, she was feeling a connection, feeling great. She'd met a person who gave her that buzz, that excitement of romance that she hadn't experienced for so many years. Unfortunately, 2 weeks ago, he decided to end it with her. And I got the call from my client today because he came around to get his things. Now, she was prepped, she was feeling pretty good about it, but it didn't go so well. In fact, in her own words, when he came round, it was a disaster. He was talking about the new woman he'd been seeing and how happy he was. They'd been seeing each other for 2 weeks, i.e. basically from the moment he stopped seeing my client. This guy was so happy, things were going so well. He said, he said this to my client. He said, when you told me that you liked me, I actually felt less attracted to you because I'm fucked up. So I thought, well, you must be fucked up to actually have liked me. So I felt less attracted to you. And he says, but you know what? I kind of pity you, but oh, well, that's you. And then started talking about his new girlfriend again. Pathetic fucking behavior, right? He comes over, gloats about a new girl. Now, in my client's words, she didn't perceive him as gloating. She just thought he was talking about how happy he was. So she didn't even perceive that. He's talking about, okay, I'm pitying you now because you haven't found anyone yet. And hey, I was so emotionally unavailable that I was actually less attracted to you when you admitted that you liked me. And then he leaves after being there for over 2 hours, and my client calls me in tears. And she said, Mark, I feel like I'm doing this all wrong. I feel like I'm working on myself. I'm putting in effort to be a high value woman. I'm doing, kicking goals in my own life. I'm doing the things that I want to do. And this is the result I get. A guy that I know is shit. I know that I don't want someone who's so emotionally unavailable that they like me less because I admit that I like them. I know that someone who comes over and gloats about a new girlfriend after 2 weeks is terrible. And that person's now rejecting me. That person that I believe is so far below my standards is rejecting me. So where does that leave me? Even more pathetic than him? She asked. And I said to her, there's something really important you need to understand about attraction and compatibility. I think we perceive as a society and just as a dating community in general that as we work on ourselves, we will become attractive and compatible with more people. I'm going to be the high value woman or the high value man, and that means that I'll be able to get all these people who I perceive as kind of below me or under my league or in my league. Do you think Channing Tatum can have any girl he wants? Do you think if you're a high value enough woman, you can have any guy you want? Do you think I can have any girl that I want? You see, there's something very interesting that happens when you become a high value person when you work on yourself. You become attractive to more people. No question. There's more people attracted to Channing Tatum than virtually any other man in the world. But you become compatible with less. Because while there might be a lot of people who are attracted to Channing Tatum, there's very few that could actually date him. There's very few that could look him in the eye and truly believe that they are his equal. There's very few women that could date Channing Tatum and not put him on a pedestal. There's very few women that deep down would believe they are just as much as a prize as he is. And that causes a major compatibility issue. You see, if a woman did to me what this guy did to my client, came around, 2 weeks after we broke up, gloating, clearly insecure. My client didn't perceive it that way, but why else would you do that? It's so disrespectful. He's talking about, okay, I'm emotionally unavailable and that's why I liked you less. And then he's pitying her. If a woman did these things to me and then told me, hey, this is why we don't work, we're not compatible, do you know what I'd be thinking? I'd be really fucking happy. You never want someone like that to think that you're compatible with them. Because if I had someone like that with those values approaching me and thinking that, hey, I'm compatible with you, we'd be a great value match, I'd be going, holy shit, what's happened to my life? You're not going to be compatible with a lot of people that you perceive you're out of their league. My client knew this guy didn't meet her standards. She knew in her own mind that she was out of his league. And yet she felt because, oh, he's rejecting me, that must mean I'm below him. That's not the case at all. You see, while you grow as a high value woman, you will have more men attracted to you, but in many cases, especially if the person has an avoidant attachment style, you will be compatible with fewer people. They will blow themselves out, and then their ego will find a way to protect them for it before you even have the chance. If I ever met a woman who was doing what this woman did, I've never had this happen because people like that blow themselves out with me, but if I did, that person would get themselves out and protect themselves. But we all have egos that need to protect us, and people who are insecure like this guy, more so than most. So deep down, he thinks he's not worthy of her, but what happens? His ego has to recover him, he has to set his own frame, and he has to believe within himself that, oh, it was me that rejected her, not the other way around. If you buy into that frame, if you take the fact that people below you are rejecting you, and that means you must be below them, you're buying into their ego frame and thinking that attraction and compatibility are both linear. Only attraction is linear. Yes, more people will find you attractive as you grow as a high value woman, but in many cases, less will find you compatible. And that's a good thing. I told my client, you should be very, very glad that someone with these values and someone who's acting like this is blowing himself out, because you don't want to be compatible with someone like that. As you grow, you are going to find you're compatible with less people because most people aren't interested in growing. Most people aren't interested in changing themselves and building themselves to test their insecurities. Most people would rather find a relationship that feels good in the short term that doesn't test their insecurities. And those people will blow themselves out of one that scares them. So to conclude, remember, you don't want to be compatible with everyone, and you won't be as you become a high value woman and you work on yourself. In fact, a lot of the people that you perceive as below you will reject you. And that's okay. You push their comfort zones too far and they're not right for you. These aren't the people you want to be compatible with. Understanding that yes, you may be attractive to more people, but that's not going to make you compatible with them is fundamental because it means you're not going to buy into their frame when they reject you. In the end, if you're working on yourself and you're proud of who you are, you're going to be happy in or out of a relationship. And that's the most important thing. When you're doing that, you're going to attract a partner who's compatible with you. Well, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave thoughts, comments, questions, etc. all below. Give the video a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe by hitting the subscribe button and the little bell so you get notifications as to when new videos are out. Thanks very much, and I'll see you in the next video really soon.